Welcome to Delta Code. I am Delta, giving you the alpha so you can be most sigma. We have a lot to cover. I haven't made an update video in a while, and a lot has been going on, especially this week. A Chinese AI was released to the public, is open source, called DeepSeek, and it is shaking up markets, both crypto and tech stocks. I will cover what DeepSeek is, why it impacted our stocks and our crypto bags negatively, why it actually might be good and the market may be misinterpreting this event. I will cover some crypto events, some good ones, some possible failures. But let us just jump into it. First of all, Coinbase earnings are around the corner. And as you know, that is my biggest holdings, because I do most analysis on this one. And being deep into crypto, I tend to get this one right. So I'm not going to change my forecast because after further review, I feel like I'm not far off. Not enough to actually make another chart. It's kind of annoying to make. So I'll make another chart maybe in a week from now or the week before the actual earnings, which are like 15th or 17th of February. But it shouldn't be too different from this. And then once the earnings come out, I'll make a fresh chart showing the actual results with the percentage differences from previous quarter. And yeah, it's looking great. January is actually looking much better than I thought as far as transaction-based volumes. So very bullish on Coinbase, especially anything under $400. Under $300, I've been buying more. So that's what I'm doing. I expect the market to react positively. This is not always the case. Once earnings come out, the market may react negatively if they had really high expectations. And despite the results being good, the company can underdeliver to the expectations. Right now, the expectations are really low and the results are going to be really high. But then there is the third variable, which is guidance. What will Coinbase set expectations for first quarter of 2025? This is going to be largely based on crypto prices at the time of results and what has transpired throughout the month of January. Now, January is mostly over, so we kind of know what happened. And the earnings are going to be good for January as far as consumer based transactions. Base transactions are going through the roof. So the layer 2 is making lots of money. Stable coins are astronomical. They went from 32 billion to 50, 60. Let's check. Time out. And we're back. Okay, so this is USDC stablecoin that makes money for Coinbase. Okay, this is the market cap. Okay, so this is since January, it's going up. Okay, more is being made. Now let's take a look at over the year. You know, it's been going, and then it was kind of steady here, 30, right? But in Q4, let's see, October, right? October, November, December, went through the roof, went to 40. But then in January, it went from 40 to 50. That's another 25% gain, people. Okay? That's insane. So, expectations for this guy here, okay, stable coins, it's going to be higher than this. I'll adjust this. But then it's going to be even higher than this for Q1. Okay, probably another 25%, right? At least as of now. What is 25% of that? It is another 50, so 300 plus, right? 350, maybe 400 if it just keeps going at that rate. Added to the subscription revenue. Also, Coinbase One subscriptions go up in Q1 because they auto do your taxes. This is when I subscribe to this because, hey, free tax reporting right here, boom. That's a lot more revenue too. That should be a bump in Q1. So far Q1 is looking good. As for the guidance variable, what to expect. Now, a lot can happen between now and mid-February when they report. But so far, very bullish. If the market just decides to sell off because everything was overpriced, well, we might be washed out with the bathwater, but I will be confident to buy more, buy the dip, because fundamentally, everything is looking up. That being said, I'm buying the dip. So, the major event, the major news piece that is driving the markets today, this week, that had the sell-off in crypto throughout this weekend is DeepSeek R1, which is a reasoning model from a company called Highflyer in China that made DeepSeek very cheaply using different training techniques. Now, some have theorized that all of this is sus and meant to make this hedge fund money. This is how it goes. This hedge fund buys thousands, tens of thousands of NVIDIA GPUs to train their models for their hedge fund algorithmic trading. But they don't do so well with that. They have great, physicists, economists, traders figuring this shit out, but it doesn't make money like they expected. And then they're sitting in all these GPUs. You can sell them, or they're like, hey, as a side project, let's make a large language model like ChatGPT. And they use some of their compression techniques. As far as I understand this, I am not an AI scientist. I am just a fella that likes to read stuff. So, to my understanding, they just did things differently. If you watch Silicon Valley on HBO, I'm thinking compression algorithm. Middle out, little middle out, you know what I'm saying? Middle out. Two guys at the same time, you know what I'm saying? All right. So what they did is, instead of using 32 bits, they used 8 bits. And then they did more predictions per token. And that resulted in a faster, better compression, needing fewer GPUs, cheaper to train model that is responsive and good. I used it. So far, not bad. Does not answer questions about China. It won't criticize China. It won't tell you what happened at Tiananmen Square in 1989. And who are Uyghurs? I don't know what you're talking about. So it is the most downloaded app in the App Store. There are concerns about privacy, and this fella, Chris, right here, states that, hey, Highflyer is a hedge fund. Perhaps they shorted NVIDIA stock and then released this model and the information, how cheap it was, to put into question all this CapEx, capital expenditure of hyperscalers buying insane amounts of NVIDIA hardware because it may not be necessary. Look, the Chinese did it without all of that. Do you really need to spend $65 billion Meta or $80 billion Microsoft? So, not really sure why Microsoft stock would go down. Perhaps because they do own OpenAI. I can see that connection. But I would think Meta would go up because if this is true, their open model Llama benefits from using these techniques, being more efficient, and now they can do more with less, which will save them on capital expenditure they were planning to spend. Maybe they don't need to spend $65 billion. They can spend 30, saving shareholders money to accomplish their goals. So, that being said, S&P 500 is mostly green today. Aside from AI companies, Google, Microsoft, NVIDIA. Meta is reporting this week and is up. So, logic follows. Apple, I'm actually not up to date on anything Apple. I do not like that company, so I ignore it. Even as an investment, I don't understand how anybody buys their products, so I do not invest in it. I own one Apple product in this house. So, there's that. But if you own the Meg 7 stocks, fear not, for I am Perspective, here to rescue you from your worries. If you just zoom out 6 months, you're golden. Other than AMD and Micron, obviously Intel has its own worries, everything is very green. Very green. Amazon, Tesla, Meta, Google, Nvidia. I want to see AMD catch up. It's one of my darling stocks. As a former PC gamer, I always loved AMD. So this little quadrant could do a little better, but everything else in the last 6 months, doing fantastic. Now crypto, in the 3 months, everything in the last 3 months, basically since post-election, golden, right? Everything's up. Bitcoin's up 42% in the last 2 months. Ethereum, 20%. XRP, 460%. I probably told you don't buy it. And I still will. This, I think, will dump. This is the biggest nonsense. I feel like Dogecoin is better than XRP. And if you want a banker coin, Chainlink, bro. What's up? If you have a perspective and timeline longer than 3 months, you're doing great. If you're a short-term trader on the day, well, bad news, bears. It's a sea of blood. And I hope you're not leverage trading like some people shouldn't. Don't do it. Anyways, let's talk about leverage trading, a popular stablecoin governance token called Athena, ENA. What ENA does is, now stay with me, it has the word delta in it. What do we do? We need some props. We need some props. Okay. We're gonna say that this Xiaomi headphones, we'll talk about Xiaomi later. These Xiaomi headphones represent $3,000. They're not, but you give Athena Protocol $3,000. They take one Ethereum coin, they buy it on the market. That's called being spot long. Cool? They have one ETH in the bank account, tucked away, perhaps staking, earning 3 to 4%. Big brain. All right? Lido staked ETH. Next, what they do is they go in a perpetual exchange. I'll show you one in a second. And they short ETH. That is called being delta neutral, which means doesn't matter which way the price goes. Price goes up, we're good. We're making money. We got the Ethereum spot also earning 3 to 4%. If the price goes down, we got the short position, makes money. Cancels out the change, delta is 0, neutral. But we're getting paid something called the funding rate. In the perpetual swaps or perpetual futures, if more people want to bet long, somebody needs to take the opposite side of the bet. And if there's an imbalance, which most people are always long, not short crypto, somebody needs to be paid to take the opposite side of the bet. That's called the funding rate. This is where the longs pay their shorts to take the other side of the bet. This is where Athena makes their money. The funding rate can add up to 20, 30, sometimes 100, 300% over a year. And if you have a delta neutral position, that is just pure profit. Plus stake and rewards. Okay, this is why I really like this protocol. It takes this financial engineering complexity out, and you just deposit a stable coin. They buy the Ethereum, they take the short position, and you get paid interest. Wonderful. If you have the ENA token in your wallet as well, you get to juice your rewards a little bit. Now, here's the rub. I really like this project. I bought it at 20 cents. I sold it at 40 cents. Should I buy it at 70? I am tempted. But the problem is this right here. Unlocks. They've unlocked a lot since August, right? There's been a big increase from about 1 billion ENA to where right now we're at 1.8 billion. So almost double since August, right? That's a lot. But in March, There's going to be another 2 billion being unlocked for, who are these people? Private sale investors and team and contractors. That is 13% of the max of the supply is going to be dumped. Basically, it's going to double. So if it was to double today, this 2 billion stays 2 billion. But each token is worth 50% less. That's how math works. There's no bullish unlocks. It doesn't happen. Happened one time for Solana, but there was some funny business. 99.99% of the time, unlocks are sell it, short it event. Now, I also don't want to short this because it's an amazing project. What I would do is possibly short into March, wait for the price to drop, let the investors sell, buy it back at 30 cents. At 2 billion market cap, this seems like a good project. Honestly, I think it should be worth 10. This can be huge. So, what to do? Circulating supply is 3 billion. Another 2 billion will be tossed into circulation. That is another 66%. So, see a 66% cut. I expect the price to drop to 30 cents. Maybe 40. Maybe 20. If the market isn't frothy. Anyways, that's Athena for you. Next. If you were interested in shorting it, or longing it, or doing something interesting, there's a perpetual exchange called Sharpie AI, ticker symbol SAI, worth only $7 million right now. This is a very small market cap, has a potential. I bought it back, full disclosure, about this price, and I am staking it on their exchange. When you stake, say, SAI, you're locked in for, I think, 30 days or 60 days, something like that. Making 20%. Not bad, right? Anyways, you could trade, do swaps, you can do perpetuals, do leverage trading. Now, here's a painful lesson from this guy. Investing is how you make money. Trading is how you lose it. As you can see here, on my great position here and skills at trading, I'm down 238% thanks to leverage. So don't leverage trade, kids. I am often tempted, and I have traded unlocks, always successfully, but one time. I forget who. A project rugged me with governance. They were about to unlock and they decided not to unlock. So all my trades went to shit because they voted not to unlock, because they knew it would crash the price and I was betting on the price crashing. But because it always crashes. Moving on. Don't leverage trade unless you're going to watch it, not sleep. Because if you go to sleep, stuff like that happens. Okay? You can't sleep. Semis are not doing so hot today, as we discussed. Deep seeking a resistance. Semi stocks are deep seeking a bottom. Okay? Yeah. Earnings this week. Mostly interested in Tesla, Meta, Microsoft, ASML, Intel. We'll care about Apple, but I don't care about Apple. It's just big. I like Starbucks. Coffee. And then couple of weeks from here, we'll see Coinbase. Today, SoFi had earnings before the market opened and didn't look good. Dropped 12%, 10%, recovered some. Overall, our portfolios are not that bad, other than the chips. China portfolio, also known as Dragon portfolio, is, I'm guessing, good. We're doing good. Where's our Dragon portfolio? Dragon. Up 1% today. Overall good. I wish Alibaba was way past 100 because we have options. But I feel like DeepSeek will be a positive catalyst for Chinese tech. And it seems to be so far. So Xiaomi is holding our portfolio steady. It is the best performer. And I like their products. Battery life, unmatched. Their electric car, unmatched. Their phones, unmatched. Maybe one day we'll have more Xiaomi tech in the US. Overall, Dragon portfolio is good. Now, to more AI news. Fun fact, you can use Venice AI to do stuff, including use DeepSeek. If you've used Venice AI prior to today and have some points, you are given an airdrop. I believe each one is worth like $4. So this is, like $700, I think, something like that. Let's see, 62 is 700. Only available on Base. Do not fall for VVV token anywhere else. It's not on Solana. It's only on Base. Aerodrome Finance is where you can get it, where you can trade it. You have to subscribe to their pro version, which is $150 a year. But if the token amount is greater than that, subscribe, get the token, sell the token, pay for the subscription, have yourself a free year of Venice AI. It is interesting, though the image gen does throw out lots of nudes. I don't know why. It was probably trained on the internet. There's lots of nudes out there. All right. Also, it's privacy centric, which DeepSeek, very concerning. That was a long episode. That's what happens when you don't make videos for a couple of months and you travel. I'll try to figure out a mobile setup because I'm planning to do more traveling. That's what I do. But until then, expect videos periodically. Coinbase, I'm buying. Ethereum, I'm buying. Those are my two biggest positions. Bullish more than ever. Patience on Thorchain resolution. Until next time, may the force of compound interest be with you.